So, okay, so kind of compared to last time, we are main decking Fulminator. We're not messing around with the Trawler combo. We're main decking 4 Bowmaster. Bowmaster very good, very underplayed. Flare of Malice also very good, very underplayed, I think. Um, we're trying to loop Fulminator Mage with Chthonian Nightmare. We're trying to use Ripple of Death for card selection and also to fill the yard for Nightmare and other stuff. I think also playing less than 4 Jet Medallions, but some number is pretty good, where you get to, one, just make your Nightmares 1 mana, which is really crazy, but then you also get to like play this and then multiple spell. Several times I've gone turn 2 Jet Medallion into turn 3, 2 mana Fulminator, then not dead after all, just blow up 2 lands on turn 3 has been pretty good. Um, what else? I don't, and so I think it's important still to have Nethergoyf in the deck so that you have just like beef to win the game with. I think the deck can be kind of anemic without either Nethergoyf or the Warren Soul Trader combo. We're playing the full board 4 Heart Trawler 2, which is really nice against Flages. These are kind of like your main deck answer to Flage. I found room for 1 Accursed Marauder in the main deck, which is really nice. I have 1 more in the sideboard. Looping this can be very good in some matchups. Is Bowmaster underplayed? Yeah, Bowmaster is pretty underplayed. This is part of the reason why Ring is really good. Is like most people are playing Boros over Mardu, and they just don't have Bowmaster for the Ring. Bowmaster is also very good against Necro, but Necro's kind of fallen off. It's like don't really see it in leagues very much right now, which is interesting. Might just be skill death. 3 ripples seems like a lot. Why not cut 1 for a Jet Medallion? I really want it in my opening hand. I think 3 ripples is fine. They're like kind of unlike. So like one thing about ripples, right? When we're compared to our other flex spot 2 drops, when you have Jet Medallion, Nightmare, Ripples. Ripples is the only one that's like good at multiples. Jet Medallion not good at multiples. Nightmare not good at multiples. Obviously, the black one still pitched to Grief, but um, yeah, I think 3 ripples is fine. I thought about playing 2. No Spy Masters Vault. Vault is, I think, pretty bad unless you have Warren Soul Trader in your deck. I've played it and really disliked it. And also, we're playing a lot of non-swamps, right? Like, cut a swamp for Spy Masters Vault's a bit awkward. But we're already playing a lot of non-swamps. We're playing towers. We're playing Boggart Trawlers. It's a bit awkward. Secrets could be better Ripple. I believe Secrets is completely unplayable, but y'all can build a deck however you want. I'm sure they count it. Yeah, I don't know how they count it either, because that at least isn't like my experience in the leagues. Just been like a lot less than lately. Like Secrets with Asmo. I mean, Asmo is also unplayable at the moment. Yeah, get the Moxfield up to D2. Probably up against Mardu. Grixis. I'd love to mill that over, but what are you gonna do? Maybe mill over another one. We did mill over another one. Gonna try to save the Flare of Malice for a little bit. Maybe you can get a Murktide with it. Although I guess if they're playing Nethergoyf, they're probably not on too many Murktides. Oh, sorry. I was F6, but sacking that was probably correct. This way we get to deny the token. It's okay, though, I guess. Getting this Jet Medallion down is interesting. If there's a better line. I think this is okay. Don't they have Giganta? Oh, right, yeah, no Murktide, they have Giganta. So I'd love to draw Ripples, I'd love to draw Nightmare. We get Hardcast to Grief. Could maybe mill over a Nethergoyf. Wow. So I guess the question is, how likely is Nightmare to resolve in this spot? The answer is unlikely, I guess. Let's see if they maybe counter the Supplier. Oh, they have counters. I mean, they have Giganta, so the card Counterspell isn't in their deck. There's a good chance they have Drown. I'm just gonna take a turn to cast the second Bloodghast instead. Could obviously Flare there. I think this is just pretty okay though. So this could be my bait spell for a counter spell. Looks like a Raptor deck. It could be a Raptor deck. I've built Grixis with no counter spells and had like no success with that those builds. For whatever that's worth. Take some of this with decks with like the Shambling Gas Loop. I tend to prefer just to have higher card quality. Alright, if they have Drown, I think they should have drowned this. I'm just going to cast 2. Fair enough. Let's think to rename the deck. Probably Gigantha. They got another Bowmaster. I mean, they didn't have another Bowmaster like for a couple turns, so I don't know why we think they have one now. I'm going to cast by sacking instead of hard casting because this denies the token. Oh, I pasted my Twitch extension somehow. That's funny. Okay, let's update that. 4 cards in their hand still. I think I'll just do this now so that any lands give me hasty Bloodghasts. He's seeing a huge shadow. Well, Arena of Glory can't haste Death Shadow. Can haste Shadow of Mortality. Okay, played around that round kind of well, at least. Down to 5. Is Looping Nightmare the only reason for Jet Medallion? It's the main reason for Jet Medallion, but it also like can just make a lot of mana sometimes if you play it turn 2. I've had a few turn 2s where I've been able to go turn 2 Jet Medallion, and then turn 3s where I go Fulminator, Not Dead, my Fulminator, which is pretty nice. Can hit Shadow. Oh, Shadow of Mortality, or Scourge of the Skyclaves, but not Death Shadow. No ban until August 26th.
Of news today. So lately, we have received a number of comments about doing an off-cycle DNR announcement, particularly in relation to Nadu's performance at the Pro Tour, coupled with the timing of the upcoming Modern Arsenal, but also in relation to Great Legacy. Our announced date for the next DNR is to our announced date. Second bit of news today. So lately,
It would be awesome if they had said this like a month ago. We can do shit just because fuck you. Well, we're gonna do stuff on our scheduled BNR release date. Just I think a totally fine thing to stick to. It's not what I would do. It's not what I think they should do. It seems like a pretty reasonable thing for them to do too. So Nardus are useful for 2 weeks of RCQ season. Yeah, I think it's pretty bad that the BNR announcement overlaps. You get 2 weeks of Nadu RCQs, then it probably gets banned after that. They only think that or the only reason like we've even talked so much about them doing this like off schedule BNR thing is because they've changed the rules about BNR stuff so much, but them having the policy like this is fine. They really should have said something a long time ago. Those are about 34 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I think it's so bad. I agree it's bad for the game. It is not what I would have done. It's not what I think they should do. It also seems like a reasonable move. Can't drown this. We'll see if they have a snare or a pierce. Snare, very popular modern card at the moment. think we should just get these Bloodghast down. No mention of Legacy in the announcement. I'm sure they're also aware of the Legacy stuff, but it would have been nice if they had said this a while ago. I think that would have been a really good thing. Don't really mind if they drown this. We can escape it later. Seems stubborn. They messed up with the banning rule so often. I agree. Again, you can. It's fine to be critical. I think we don't need to be too dramatic, but we can criticize this. I think it is not what I would have done. I think it is a little out of touch. It's to some extent I kind of like the messaging that we have the scheduled BNRs. We are going to stick to these. Wait, they drowned the Bloodghast, so we're getting surgicaled or what? Hearst. Sure. I think we'd be dramatic at this point. For my sake, Shatters, please. Not be too dramatic, at least. Next BNR, August 26th. These mono black decks play like black guys can second hand. Is there a value discard out without splashing fog for red? No, there's not a good one in mono black. It is a problem with mono black as a color combo, whatever. So if I not dead after all my Nethergoyf, it doesn't die. Something joke about the PT. Push the Bowmaster doesn't die too. I guess that was better than I could have not dead after all Bowmaster this turn. Although, like, saving the push for, like, a Nethergoyf or a DRC is probably pretty good, because Bowmaster just doesn't do much against me. I really wanted to resolve that Ripples of Undeath for the first time on stream. Or Death Shadow. So when are we going to push the Death Shadow? I'd like to do it after they hearse, but it seems like I probably will just need to main phase it. Okay, well, my wonderful wish of being able to resolve Ripples in stream seems to be coming true, which will make my Nethergoyf a much more real threat. I like that they're sticking to schedule. I wish their schedule would kind of more for RQC. Yeah, I think that's a big problem that the RCQ season and the band schedule doesn't overlap very much. It seems like the band's post set release, it just like it happened like that date should have been later. All right, mill 3 can put one of them to the hand without them being able to disrupt with hearse. We will pay 1 mana 3 life to grab this Fatal Push. And pass back. Okay. Weird. Like, they didn't play around the fetch land. It's just in play, but we will not complain. Keep that Flare of Malice for surezies. I don't want to take 5 with my Ripples when I have a lot of life points. Alright, let's go and push the Channeler. Could flare the Gigantha. Hopefully we can get something else relevant here. There's a bow. I'm gonna say yes. I think I'm just getting a Bowmaster, right? So we go Bowmaster there. Bowmaster. And then if they hearse me in combat, to shrink the Nethergoyf. If they get rid of creature instants, then we'll flare for more damage. So they do go after my creature. They can't top deck a creature to crew the hearse and the removal spell for my blocker, I think, unless they draw iteration. So it should be kind of safe to sack the Bowmaster. And then for 5 down to 5. Is this big enough to kill me? I don't think it's quite big enough to kill me. I think it's 9 power. Yeah, and if they kill my Orc army and attack, then they're just taking 5 and dying. There's a Death Shadow. Do you think there's anything we could done with Training Grounds Likeness Looter? Training Grounds is a pretty bad card. Unfortunately, it's so cool. I wish it wasn't bad, but I don't know. Can't believe EI is legal. I can believe EI is legal. EIEIO. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they're putting themselves dead to a Fatal Push or a Flare of Malice, and I got 4 looks. I guess not Flare, because they just sacked the Ragavan, huh? So there's a 2 Bowmasters and a Flare. Oh my gosh, I've misclicked here. I would have loved to put the Bowmaster in my hand. Sorry about that. It's pretty real misclick. Is Soul's Lost option instead like this? Would regularly be bigger than Goyf. Goyf is 1 mana instead of 2. Goyf escapes if it dies. Can be milled over for value with Supplier. Our 2-drop slot is really clogged. I don't think it's really an option. So if they draw nothing, they can't like crew an attack. They're also in their declare attacker step right now, so they can't attack with the hearse. They can only attack with the shadow. I have played Souls of the Lost a good amount in Modern. The card is fine-ish. So no attack. Nightmare. No 3. Okay, so there's a Jet Medallion and a Grief. Jet Medallion's kind of juicy here with this Nightmare. So pay 1, Medallion, Nightmare, Nightmare. I mean, I can also just Nightmare, Nightmare. So they're going to be able to counter the first Nightmare here. Okay, so if I attack with the Grief, they crew double block. If I attack with everything, they block, and then I die in the backswing. So let's pass back. Yeah, I should have said the word fizzle. My opponent goes after lands in the yard, which doesn't make a lot of sense, I think. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I have like Cryptic Incursion. No chance. Crewing the hearse. The hearse is a lethal attacker. The shadow at the moment isn't, but they could have Bolt or Bowmaster to make it lethal. I'm blocking with the Goyf, which I could also escape here. They have 1 card in their hand. I'm at 9 life points. They're playing their spell. It's a Legend Rule Ragavan. Okay, well, we'll take that. You may also draw... You can draw a land at any time if you want, opponent. That's fine. So we milled over a Bloodghast, a Supplier, and a Delta. So I guess I should bring back the Delta. And I should play this looking for another Bloodghast. So if I send in with everything, my opponent goes to 1. Land, instance. How many enchantments do I have? Creature. I guess I have to do enchantment, right? Oh, looks like I tapped 1 too many mana. This seems like a good attack. I get to put them to 1. Or 2 if they block. I just have 2 blockers. And if they, yeah, and they also won't be able to win with the removal spell because they're gonna lose their Ragavan no matter what happens, which means they can't kill one of my blockers and crew the hearse, unless they draw another iteration. All right, come back, Bloodghasts. Any more Ruby Storm lately? I don't tend to like to just kind of grind decks where I don't really have updates, you know? And I don't have any updates, so if I can figure out updates for the deck, we'll play it. Grief scamming, still a pretty good thing to do in Modern. Playing the Ragavan seems like it was a big punt. Did okay, right? It's like maybe Chump and then Vigilance to Ragavan. All right, Fatal Push, definitely getting out of here. I don't know if I would care that much about the Bowmasters. It's probably pretty good because my next play is going to be a 1 toughness. It also can kill the Grieve. That's a Counterspell, Preordain, Water the Grave, 2 mystery cards. 1 top, 1 bottom. Notably, they need another source to revolt a Fatal Push here. Good top deck. So they did find the Delta. Did they also find Fatal Push? Is the big question, I guess. All right, just attack first. No blocks, no Fatal Push is good news. Is EI the only card that's both legal and modern and banned in both Pioneer and Legacy? Yeah, the inverse is true of a few cards, right? Banned in legal and Pioneer, banned in Modern. That's Deathray Shaman at least. All right, so looks like I could escape a Nethergoyf, getting rid of land, creature, instant, artifact. Probably a bit better than casting a Bloodghast here. Just get the counterspell out of the hand. And then the Bloodghast has haste next turn. Yorion? Yeah, a lot of cards are banned in Modern and Legal in other formats, but Legal and Modern banned in other formats. I think that might just be Iteration. Wrenn and 6? Well, Wrenn and 6 isn't banned in Pioneer, but it is Legal and Modern, banned in Legacy. Same thing with Ragavan. But I think for also Pioneer, yeah, Breach is Breach banned in Breach is not banned in Pioneer, is it? Did they ban it? I think they did actually, right? They banned. I actually cannot remember. It is banned. Okay, so Breach also banned in those formats. Legal and Modern. Fetch lands, Legal and Legacy, banned in Pioneer. Some interesting overlap for sure. All right, they should be dead to this Bloodghast. Also dead to my Phyrexian Tower sacking the Grieve. Yeah, because of Lotus Field. Well, they maybe should have just banned Lotus Field. All right. Up a game. Opponent also has fetched only basics that game. So I guess maybe I don't want to be on this Fulminator plan again. The Marauder is pretty good against Murktides. And also Frog. I think we're going to bring in a couple pushes too for Frogs. Could maybe play a Thoughtseize or two. Could maybe play a Needle for Hearse. Let's play a Needle for Hearse this time. And I think on the draw I'll play one less Marauder. Actually, does it actually make sense? Maybe I'll put kind of Medallion on the draw, actually. Although, where are they? Blending in. Be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. Okay, so this hand is juicy as hell. Yeah, I'm excited about the Madcap deck. I want to play that Is a build again. I think that deck was like, for me, it's one of those that I'm like really interested in, and I think is juicy. But I also kind of know it's one of the ones that people mostly like to watch for only like one stream. We 4-1'd. This deck was awesome. Yeah, I thought this deck was sick. Probably not super duper good. Okay, so they have a Nile Spell Bomb. It's okay. Just like the one use graveyard hate's not really so tough. I do think I probably won't play Supplier turn 1. Because if my opponent plays Frog turn 2, I guess I could just Flare of Malice it. But saving Flare for Murktide could be correct. Yeah, let's just hold up Surveil / push for Frog. By playing a Power Balance red deck. I mean, Power Balance is a card that I would love to cast. It's a card that I don't think I will cast for the first time on stream. But we've kind of talked about playing like a red Blood Moon deck with Power Balance and like the red energy package and DRC. And there certainly could be something to a deck like that. There certainly could be something to a deck like that. I could still play on Drown. I think they're definitely on Drown, but I'm just gonna play this. How's it going? But it seems like those decks would be very bad against Boros as a problem. Does it slot into the Surveil Land deck? I don't really think so. I think you can play Surveil Lands in the deck, but I think you're mostly going to. Oh, that resolved. That's a big deal. You can play it in a deck with Surveil Lands, obviously, but I think you need to be like Blood Moon, Ragavan, DRC, Amtraptor, Unstable, Amulet, Galvanic Discharge, Lightning Bolt, maybe Unholy Heat, maybe Fable, and that's kind of the deck. I'm a little bit worried about only being able to cast 1, 2s, or 3s, but maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, 4 cards in their hand. What are we leading on? Probably a Supplier. Do not think that this is going to get countered. Okay, so let's go for the bait, which is Nightmare. Nightmare is worse against the Spell Bomb, and we don't really have anything to use it on anyways. I want to resolve the Ripples. Doesn't seem like they're thinking about it, but thoughts on Monty Python Secret Lair? I haven't bought a Secret Lair since the Arcane Secret Lair. Let's not play the Ripples now. That seems so likely that they have the counter spell. Let's just chill. Medallions let you kind of overwhelm mana. I like it though. I would I'll probably not buy it. I haven't bought Magic cards in a long time, honestly. But if I was gonna buy one, there's a good chance it would be that one. Yeah. The only Secret Lair I bought was the Arcane one. I'm very happy with that purchase. Okay, I'm definitely gonna block. They've got to count why bother. Well, I mean, paper tournaments, right? Would be why. But I guess I haven't played a paper tournament since DreamHack Dallas. I got bought cards for that. You didn't even buy Old Frame DRC, although you said when they were spoiled. I mean, I will buy them at some point. I guess RCQQ season's coming up, but I just like did not have a modern event I was going to play for a while. I also had my car smashed by a drunk driver, so saved up a little bit for a new one after insurance paid too. Playing good to modern RCQs? Yeah. I am. So let's go ahead and just get this spell bomb used, and this maybe taps them out if they draw the card so that we can resolve our ripples. Yeah, I also lost a $500 bet. Was I parked? No. Esther's driving. We were okay though, which is all that really matters. Your turn. Opponent is I don't think they're bluffing that they don't have a counter spell if they're just not going to draw a card at the Nile Spellbomb. We can just chill. Do you have a deck of mine for SQs after the first 2 weeks? I mean, it's kind of the same decks I've been selecting for tournaments. Basim, Eldrazi, 6 Breach. A lot of stuff that seems pretty viable.
Do you want some soup?
No thanks. Appreciate you. Yeah, Nadu while you can, probably. Yeah, I might just play Nadu if I don't want to buy the deck, but if I could borrow it for an RCQ. Shaman's cool deck. Is the Jet Medallion that important? I feel like I'm missing something. It's just that like the first like copy of Jet Medallion is good to draw. It gives you an artifact in your deck for Nethergoyf, which is a big deal. It's really good to like loop Nightmare. You can go turn 2 Medallion, turn 3 Fulminator, not dead after all. Fulminator Nightmare. Just some powerful turns. Like in this game, it's been super good because it's just let us pressure our opponent's mana in like a pretty real way, despite like not even really discounting very much. Love to mill over a Grief with the Supplier. I had a Nethergoyf and a Flare of Malice. Let's sack the Supplier, bring back the Nethergoyf. And now I feel like all of a sudden the bait spell is the Ripples. Would you ever have gas for infinite energy? The thing is, it's like the problem I have with those lists, right, is like, you know, okay, I'm gonna pay him. The problem I have with those lists that are trying to like use the creatures that make a token for infinite energy, and also gas is not as good as the one that scries one, I think, by the way. I know you -1 is relevant, but it's always scrying with the treasure is probably better. The problem is it's like I think you have to play too many Jet Medallions. It's like you just really do not want to draw the second copy of Jet Medallion, and you have nothing to do with a Jet Medallion if you draw a second copy. And I think that's kind of enough for me to not want to play those builds. Then you also play a lot of the like creatures to make a treasure. Card quality is kind of low there. Your combo is kind of disruptible. It's a lot of pieces. And so this is kind of why we're playing this build, which is just I'm going to Fulminator Mage you to death, and I'm going to get a lot of value with my Nightmare in these kind of matchups. And it's just kind of like you have like Fulminator Griefs against the combo decks, so you have this grindy plan against the fair decks, and it seems to be like probably a better way to build the deck overall. I've worked on any Basim Satora lists. Yeah, the first time we played Basim, we had it with Satoro and like an Affinity deck. It was not very good. And then we played a Humans deck that had both Basim and Satoro. That deck was better. I think it was kind of misbuilt, and I'd be interested in circling back to some kind of legend-based like Aether Vial, Satoro, Basim, Moxamber deck, because there's like I like the Vial cycles with Basim in the late game. There's something there. The next time we play Basim, we'll play the Goryo's build, though, which is ready to go. So they'll play a tap Darkslick Shores. Well, let's see if this resolves. Probably will not. If they're going to drown. Oh my god, what? I mean, we'll take it, I guess. Okay, 2040. Fire. You have a variety of plans here. I'm going to keep this one. And it's just that in this deck, Jet Medallion, another type for Nethergoyf, and like the first copy is basically always pretty good to draw. It goes in the deck. Yeah, you can play multiple Jet in the more combo-focused builds, but then your draws can be worse and your deck's a bit more fragile. But of course, those builds are fine. How do you feel about Heroic Intervention versus Wrath of the Skies decks? Ooh, Bloodghast is such a big thing to mill over here. Heroic Intervention is pretty unplayable, but it seems like if you're playing that card, if you're playing a deck that could play Heroic Intervention, you're almost definitely playing a lot of white creatures, and you should probably just play the White Flare or Sun Cleanser instead. And if you're not playing a bunch of white creatures in these decks, you probably should, because the white creatures are really broken. Ooh, that's a very good prismatic ending. We're probably up against Goryo's. The Gen list didn't go that well, unfortunately. May circle back to Gen at some point. They mill over a priest, but they don't put anything into the hand with the archaeologist. Ripples is not a bad pickup. Trawler is really good, though. Kind of awkward this is a 1-4 against my 3-1 now. So I think I'm actually just going to sack it and play Ripples plus Nethergoyf, and then I have the ability to maybe recur this if they put a Trax in the yard. And also the Ripples can grow the Nethergoyf. Chola's really good. I mean, it's good because it gets rid of the priest, not because it's a 3-1. And we can keep looping it. Yeah, it's funny. How the course is settled. They've settled a little bit. There's a lot of I think there's a lot of different camps on like some of the card choices for Goryo's, and I don't think there is a super duper stock list, but there are a lot of like kind of stock elements maybe. Prismatic Ending, Indulgence, or Ephemerate available to our opponent here. They choose Tainted Indulgence, so maybe they have an Atraxa stranded in their hand. That seems like the most likely thing. Supplier is interesting, so we could mill 3 here. One of them is a Fulminator Mage, which is really nice. I kind of just want that in the graveyard. I think I'll just say no to all of this. So I think I'm going to go Supplier first. Mill 3. Sack Supplier to Tower. Mill 3. Nethergoyf is big enough to get through now. Get in for 8. What do they play for green? Atraxa and Prismatic Ending X equals 4. I think the mana, like what green land you play, is also like a little bit up in the air. Okay, so now we go Legend Roll Phyrexian Tower. Bring back Bloodghast. Sack Nightmare to bring back Fulminator Mage. And then blast here, and then Nightmare, sack another Nethergoyf, bring back Mage again. What a nightmare for our opponent. You know about the nightmare bug on Moto? I don't actually. What's the nightmare bug? That they grief it? So they pitched the Tainted Indulgence that we knew about. Alright, so we draw a card for turn. It's a Bowmaster. We Ripples. We've milled another Bowmaster, a Not Dead After All, and a Delta. I think I just want the Delta. And then I think I'll just try to Bowmaster like a looting spell here, maybe. Yeah, there's going to be a Bloomburrow video. At the moment, I'm planning on recording it tomorrow during the downtime. So another Indulgence into their hand. Yeah, we could escape the Goyf, but I'm pretty sure it would come at the cost of shrinking the other one, right? We're going to choice of best spawner card in the set. I'm not exactly sure. It's either Kitsa or it's probably Kitsa. It's gotta be Kitsa. Kitsa's really sick. Oh. It's got a lot of text on it and can go in a lot of shells and is good with a lot of good cards in the format. So they've milled over a Gristlebrand. They may not have black mana. They do choose Tainted Indulgence. There's black mana. Gristlebrand, though, is pretty bad against Bowmaster, thankfully. Their hand is Tainted Indulgence, and I think Atraxa. Like, their last card kind of must be Atraxa, because they chose Indulgence over Pending or Ephemerate. Both would have been awesome. Do you see Kitsa going well with Basim? Yeah, I don't know. Basim is here on the slide over here with Mox Amber. The fact that it's just another cheap blue legend for the Basim decks is a big deal. And then it's like you also want to play like Mox Amber, Mishra's Bauble, which like trigger prowess for Kitsa, and then the next spell you play can be copied with Kitsa, which is a big deal. Okay, so they are passing. We've drawn another tower, and then we can either Grief or we can Boggart Trawler, but I think it should probably be Grief. Just go to combat first, but the Grief lets us get the Gorios out of the hands, which I think is probably more important, because they're kind of acting like their hand right now is Indulgence, Gorios, Atraxa. Is the reason why you cast Bowmaster my turn? Yeah, so this way, if my opponent's turn is like, I'm gonna just Tainted Indulgence, like if I pass and then just hold up mana to Indulgence on my turn, I don't want to Bowmaster on their instep, because then all of a sudden they get to just Indulgence in response, and I don't get to ping them. So this just makes the Indulgences in their hand much worse. Okay, so I would love to see if I have predicted correctly that their hand is Indulgence, Gorios, Indulgence, Atraxa. I think that's their exact 4 cards. Obviously, we know 2 of them for sure, 2 Indulgences. It was Gorios, one of the Gorios there. No, because the Gristlebrand just loses to Bowmasters. That's in play. Couldn't they have Gorios block the Bowmaster? I guess they could have, huh? Okay, opponents at 2. They drew card, and then what they discarded? Looks like I was right. I was right. Not the hardest hand to deduce. But it seemed like maybe their play was to block the Bowmaster with the Gristlebrand. Although I could have Phyrexian Tower. No, I could have Phyrexian Tower whatever they blocked with the Gristlebrand and they die. Or the Gristlebrand dies. Yeah, discard a track, so. They go through the PowerPoint. I haven't done the video yet. I think the plan at the moment is to record tomorrow during downtime. I might record tonight though, but hopefully it should be up tomorrow at some point, is the current plan. I am a one person crew over here. I'm doing my best. So bringing in the Thoughtseizes. Might cut the Goyfs. I even like the Flares. I mean, they're not that good against Atraxa, but they having some outs to. I guess Grief's not that important. Maybe just like 2/2. I like Bloodghast a lot. I'm not sure about 1 to 10, but I like it a lot. I don't tend to like to 1 to 10 that much for anything. Well, we have both players in our hand. We can pitch 1 to Grief. We've got a Trawler. Let's click the keep button, of course. Can I pay Esther full time? Esther's got a sick job. She's professional with a 2 degree. She's a badass. Oh, dude, if they solituded me here, I could Flare of Malice and still not dead after all. That'd be so sick. So I guess I go take Tainted Indulgence so they can't force. And then also so they can't Tainted Indulgence, and then take the Gorios. Was you're looking forward to modern RCQ Sans Nadu? Well, it seems likely that we will get modern RCQ season Sans Nadu, but 2 weeks into RCQ season. Flare Second Framework. Yeah, that's why I want it, but I don't think you want to have 4. Any interest in the Soul Trader Apprentice Gravecrawler combo? Yes, interest. We've played the combo. We've played several versions of the combo, and I think this deck is better without it. It's just like the grindy decks have a hard time beating your Nightmare grind stuff. The combo decks have a hard time beating you looping Fulminator Mage and looping Grieve. And so it doesn't seem like the combo is that good, but maybe it's good against Boros. Maybe, you know, it's obviously if you do it and they don't disrupt you, you win the game. So that's good. What are the odds they don't ban on 26? I mean, non-zero. It seems very light. I think that they would, but I don't know. We'll see. At the very least, like Magic Online, there's not a lot of Nadu. You beat it sometimes. It's, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, untapped land would be, of course, very helpful here. But we also have on a 2-turn clock, and the Flare of Malice might also just get them. Hire an editor to turn your YouTube uploads into MLG memes. Well, I do have an editor. I also have I worked with another editor for the Wizards YouTube video. I may be reaching out to them again for another project, actually. Okay, looks like we're off to 3060 start. Better. Okay, on the draw on the blind, let's click the keep button. I would play the 4th Frog for sure over like a Mending or an Indulgence. It just has like so much synergy in the deck and is also just like a better card than these. I might play the 4th Emperor of Bones over the 3rd Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which is maybe like a little nitpicky, but it's just also kind of something I have the instinct for here. Like that's a swap I should make. Maybe that's a better word to use. Okay, so there's a Nightmare. We could. I guess I'm just gonna grief and then start doing the thing. There's a Fulminator for my Nightmare. Maybe I should say that instead. So they've kept a land on top, probably a double land, because they didn't say no to this. So is there any card here that we care about? I guess I'm just gonna take the Null Drifter so they can't draw out of this as easily. It would also be like really nice if we could figure out a way to win the game. So play a board Barigmos in the deck, which is also a cauldronable ability, and you can dig for it with the Gristlebrand. But maybe that's a little narrow. But maybe it's like 1 is better than like a Traxa number 2 or something. And maybe not, just kind of spitballing, I guess. If we mill a Bloodghast, it's super ogre, but it's also already pretty ogre. Poor Ferguson says no activated ability. My apologies. It's funny. Okay, I don't want to sack this to Phyrexian Tower and cast the Nightmare, lest I stumble if I don't find anything. But I'm okay with them conceding. How does Mono Green Eldrazi beat Necro? I lose out to the deck. Fast Trinisphere, fast 6, like the interaction against their stuff. Like if they just have a very good draw, it's kind of tough. But if they have like a more middling draw, it's really not that bad. I don't know if that's a good way to articulate it. Okay, the Marauders are also probably pretty good here. I think I'm gonna go down 2 Ripples. a Medallion, and a Goyf. It's fair. I want to play 4 of every card of the list with spaces tight. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I definitely think you should have the 4th Frog. Oh, your Archaeologist hits are also kind of... You kind of have a low amount of Archaeologist hits. You could maybe just not play Archaeologist, but Archaeologist is also just very good. Enables a lot. Maybe it's fine. Let's give this one a go. Yeah, but maybe cutting Archaeologist is a good way to make room for stuff. But overall, it looks pretty good. I want to change it a lot, and I would look at maybe trying to figure out a way to combo kill with Bobo. Name's Fulminator Mage. Makes sense. We are lucky enough to mill a Bloodghast. Not going to Grief Fury. I actually think I will Grief now. Pitch a Trawler. It's a little weird, but... Okay, let's hope they don't draw blue. If they do draw blue, I have another hardcast, a Grief to hardcast. Okay, so go Jet Medallion. Attack with the Supplier, then Marauder after they don't block, and sack the Supplier. Okay. Your turn. So the hand is Null Drifter, Mystery card. I could cast this with the Grief if I sack my Bloodghast to the tower. I think I just probably just cast the Grief instead. Couldn't you have towered the Grief? Yeah, I guess I should have just towered the Grief. Any land cast the Seer, not any land cast the Null Drifter. Null Drifter doesn't impact the board. Null Drifter's bad if they miss it for a turn. I draw a Bowmaster. Probably enough reasons to just do this. And that was one of the reasons. Alright, I've not lost a game. Okay, let's keep this. Another Tron opponent. We do have 4 Fulminator Mages in the deck. If I draw a Nightmare, I'll probably lead on Supplier. Otherwise, we'll lead on the Goyf and maybe just be able to get aggressive. So we do mill over a Fulminator Mage. I wonder if we're supposed to maybe we're supposed to surveil this turn. Kind of hard to say. Nightmare. Well... Yeah, turn 3 Natron into all its dust. It wasn't Emrakul, though, which is good. Don't like how long they're thinking. That's bad for me. Some cards we can beat, though. Definitely makes sense for them to have this with the long tank. Part of the reason to play Nethergoyf. They grab a ring, then they play a land. Taps the ring. I guess what we could do is kill the card. Nightmare. Get back Fulminator. Not dead after all, Fulminator. And then we get to kill 2 of the Tron pieces, and they can only map for 1 of them. And we can keep fulminating them too. Another Kozilek's command would be bad, or first Kozilek's command would be nice, or bad. Land would be a good draw, obviously. Okay, this is huge because they can't Kozilek's command us. They get another power plant. It's a bit awkward. I just can't let them Tron me, so.
I'm having a Wi-Fi problem.
You having a Wi-Fi problem?
Yeah, with my work laptop. Like, you know when you click in the bottom right corner, you click the Wi-Fi, like, button thing?
Sure.
You know how it usually pops up Wi-Fi turn on off, and then there's like airplane mode and stuff? There's only airplane mode showing up. Like,
You want to bring it here?
yeah.
Okay, so they're discarding. A lot of good top decks here. Discarded Urza's Mine.
So I've restarted it twice and shut it down.
So I guess I Bloodghast, and I can put them to 6 before I Nightmare again. Chance we may get Kozilek's commanded.
And this is my work laptop.
Game got a little bit harder because I have to solve this in between.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, that's okay.
Yeah, but you see, it's not there.
Okay, you said you restarted
I
it.
restarted it twice and I shut it down too.
It's gonna be kind of hard to troubleshoot like without the internet because like
Right.
a lot of like updating drivers is going to require the internet. And I'm like, I guess I'd be a little bit confused how the drivers would be updating in the middle of this if
So when I
if the Wi-Fi isn't working.
when I click the, I'm trying to do the.
Yeah, honestly, you should probably just have you just clicked restart or have you like done a full shutdown and then
I restarted twice and then I shut down
Okay.
once.
Okay, so they get a Tormod's Crypt here, stopping my shenanigans for now.
Oh,
Although,
there's a Wi-Fi button on the laptop. Do I
yeah,
have one?
that might be it. That's a good suggestion, yo. I'm about to get to sideboarding, so give me like a second and then we can. So let's ignore the Karn, attack them. Need to go to re-enabled Wi-Fi through the settings, okay. So I'm gonna go Nightmare, sack the Supplier, get back Bowmaster, with maybe the ability to Nightmare something else if I mill over something else. I mill over another Bowmaster while they just concede. Okay, nice. Easy game. Easy game.
Easy.
Okay, I'm just gonna drag the sideboarding real quick and then we'll figure it out. Okay, I don't think I want the Flares kill Karn. He does kill Karn.
Well, Milk Dud, I did restart it twice and I shut it down. And it's still not working.
I'm gonna click submit here. Okay, so it is weird for sure.
Yeah, and it just happened randomly.
Did you what did that chatter say about re-enabling the re-enabled Wi-Fi through the settings?
I mean, I guess what worst case we just do.
Well,
Do we have an extra cable? Well, we have that really long one.
Flare kills Emrakul, but it's like a little bit weird because you have to play another creature then kill it. I think you mostly just want to try to dodge Emrakul or keep up mana. There are other Ethernet cables. I'm a little bit worried about the stream.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, what? Okay, if I was in your situation, I would email your boss and email your IT people.
Well, my
Be like,
boss
I
is
can't
at a
do anything.
conference right now.
Great.
I need to email IT. Great, I know, right? Like, oh, I don't.
I kind of feel like
Finally motivated to get some emails done today, and then this happened. Just my luck. I was finally getting some work
well, I guess I
done.
hope your boss isn't watching. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is very odd.
It's just not there.
I know. It would be kind of an embarrassing email to send to the IT person because it is very weird that it's not.
Yeah.
It just isn't there.
And how do I send an email like with a screenshot through my phone? Oh, I guess I can take a picture.
I'm gonna go ahead and just hardship. I know you already did. I'm just gonna do it. It might just work despite you having already done it. Okay. So I should probably click this. We're playing for 5, but we haven't lost a single game this league. And you're an interesting skill element to this match. Turn 2 Thoughtseize, turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Ripples probably okay enough to keep. Sounds like Wi-Fi is disabled, so it's easy to fix. I mean, that's what I thought so too, but I don't see like a Wi-Fi setting or like a Wi-Fi button.
Enable Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably just what you need to Google.
On Windows. This is 11, I believe.
There may be like a tab or something on the side that like turns off the Wi-Fi, but I don't see one. Yeah, we did run the troubleshooter. It didn't pick up anything.
This one is saying...
Okay, so my opponent is 2 for 2 on Natural Tron here.
Windows key plus A consent to enable airplane mode. Okay, but...
Yeah, just go to log in.
Why do I need... I don't need airplane mode, though. What? Like, the only thing that's showing up is airplane mode.
Yeah, I should have mulliganed. Yeah, the laptop, you can't connect it to a hotspot because it's just like there's no Wi-Fi showing at all. But
yeah, like no.
yeah, go to Google how to enable Wi-Fi and we'll see if we can find it.
Look at it, it's basically just the normal button. Just go to the network and settings, internet area, and just toggle the thing. Like I don't have anything to toggle anymore.
Yeah,
it disappeared.
Yeah, it is very odd.
And also, it's my work computer, so I don't think I have like any permissions to install.
Yeah, that is a big problem. Also, don't Thoughtseize Emrakul if they have all their mana open chat, by the way.
It does go to... I connect to my Wi-Fi and then it connects to my work VPN. But it always needs to have Wi-Fi first before VPN. Yes. An update push, so it can't use Wi-Fi. Huh. Oh,
remember on my old laptop had a button so I took Wi-Fi off. Yeah, I looked for one of those buttons. I didn't see one.
I have buttons.
Yeah, you should...
And then the VPN isn't...
Okay, you should be able to find an Ethernet cord in there, and I would just plug in and then we'll see what happens. Do I kill the Saga? I can also like... I guess what I should probably do is like hope that they brick on a draw, and then I can kill the Saga and get them off Tron. Just hope that they just have one more brick draw. It's probably the best line.
Oh, this is not Ethernet. Ooh, what is this? Looks like it'll poke your eye out.
That's I can't remember what those are called actually, but yeah, it's not an Ethernet. It will poke your eye out. Coax cable, right? Yeah, I just plug in the Ethernet, send an email to IT, and they'll be able to figure it out too. If they can remote into your computer, and
Yeah.
well, I guess if it's on Ethernet, they'll be able to. Yeah, this thing right here is the 50-foot one we used for the Dingo stream.
Okay, well, I already got this one.
Well, if you wanted to use this one, you could pull the cord back into your office too, right? You like this more than Blueback Satora Frog? I do, yeah. I think this one is a bit better. Alright, so take this hit.
Here's a 50-foot.
A Bowmaster would be an awesome top deck. Okay, so this is so funny though that like we're troubleshooting like in the middle of this, and like you just like have no idea how like difficult this game is. Like the specific game. No, it's just funny. It's like this is like easily the hardest game we've played all day, and you just have this magical power to show up with a problem whenever it's like the toughest game. Like we have not played a single game today that's been close to this complicated or difficult. And
I have magical power.
Yeah, I think I should just main phase this because they could get Thoughtseize. They could also Stonebrain me, and I would need to Bowmaster before they tap the ring.
It's the magical power of being chaotic.
Yeah. We might win this game, though, despite it being so insane. And I feel a little bad I didn't get to say a single thing about it, but I don't feel bad about helping Esther. Merfolk with the 10 months, thank you, welcome back. Opponent gets pinged twice. Also, did they Karn for ring or did they Karn for Stonebrain? I guess it doesn't really matter. So here, this attack probably means they have another ring, so let's block. They Karn for ring, okay, so they boarded in Stonebrain. Good to know for sure. So they have 2 cards in their hand. I'm going to cast my Jet Medallion and pass the turn. Why didn't I kill the tower? So it's usually a bit better to not kill tower, because sometimes you could make it to where they have to tap the tower to sack Expedition Map and not tap for 3 mana with the tower. So
Okay. Do you want me to do it now, or do you want me to wait till after the game in case?
if you can wait till after this game, that would be awesome. Great. Okay, got opponent down to 9 life points. Got them off Tron for now. Not immediately playing a mine. I mean, both the tower and the plant instead of the plant saga. Oh, I think it's better to kill the saga because the saga token matters, and they can get mapped to get any other Tron piece. But now I see what you're saying. So they tap this now so that when I chump block with my orc army, it's going to come back. So okay, so they can get Tron back online next turn. We could use another good top deck. Weird that they didn't attack actually. So I have to exile my own graveyard if I cast this. Oh, I could double block. Okay, so they're down to 8. Tron back online with 5 cards in their hand. 10 mana for an Utamog. Let's go to game 3. So not going to 10-0 this league, but playing for the trophy here. Definitely wanted the 10-0. Very close. Maybe should have mulliganed. So I had to mulligan to handle Fulminator Mage and Nightmare, but we only have 1 land. This is a secret 2-lander with the Boggart Trawler. Thoughtseize plus Needle play well together, so you can know what to name with the Needle. Temple, Labyrinth Tower. Where's your natural Tron opponent? Flute, Mindstone, Stonebrain. Mindstone and Flute kind of do the same thing. Can I explain the one of Marauder? It's good to loop with Nightmare sometimes. You basically never want to draw 2, but the first copy is like just a pretty good removal spell in the deck with some big upside. Interesting toss. So I can do a lot of things now, actually. I can go Needle Map and then Thoughtseize this turn and break the ice next turn. I can also I think it's just probably better to break the ice this turn and then I get to kind of figure out what to do later. Although maybe it's better to try to break the ice at the temple. It's probably okay. Okay, wow. I cannot believe they drew map and I got to sandbag this Needle. Let me start off with the Supplier. Didn't mill over anything super relevant. Expedition Map. And I think we'll just Thoughtseize the Mind Stone. Plays Waste. Plays Stonebrain, so Labyrinth Mystery card in the hand. Take it. So they imprint a Devour, and then they Stonebrain, presumably Fulminator Mage. So I do have one more Break the Ice, but also... I think if they had a Karn or a Ring, they would have played it this turn. Fingers crossed. So we'll graveyard this Bloodghast for a little bit of value, I guess. Get in for 3, put them down to 16. If we don't have them under a lot of pressure. Sided out my Goyfs too. Okay, I mean, your turn. They put that back into their hand. If they have another temple, they can cast it. They have another lab, imprints nothing. So 1 mana away from Devourer still. Big top deck for me, big draw for me. This is looking and feeling like a game-winning top deck. Have I seen the announcement there will be no emergency ban? Yes, I've seen that. I am, at this moment in time, very unsurprised.
Wait, wasn't there supposed to be a ban this week?
No, that was a lie told by liars. Yeah. 8 mana here for Kozilek's command, presumably. Oh, Devourer. Sorry, 7 mana. So, big top deck for them there. I'm going to close, well, not close my eyes, but attack with everything. Hit them for 4 or 5 damage, depending on how they block. 4 damage. With another Bloodghast in the yard. Land is going to be lethal. They're top decking. They can cast basically everything, though. Not Emrakul, I suppose. Did they draw all his dust, maybe, with this pause? Did not draw my land. I am interested in just putting them to 3, effectively 2 with the Bowmaster, right? If they had a Kozilek's command, surely they would have main phased it, but... Okay, interesting. What? I mean, this is really good for me because they just die unless they find another Kozilek's command. How do you not main phase that? I mean, Spike is an instant. You main phase your instants. Oh, they might exile my Bloodghasts here, actually, and then I just win. I win the game if they go draw exile Bloodghasts. Oh, they go exile Bloodghasts, exile Bloodghasts. Okay. Huh. That was probably not better than main phase scry draw or tokens draw. The 2-turn clock's got to be looking pretty juicy. Come on. Hit me. Let's go. Dang it. They drew a land. So they're dead if I draw Bowmaster. Maybe not dead after all. Probably not. They just block like this. Nightmare is lethal, I think, because I just can loop a Bowmaster. Alright, land a little too late. I'm going to go ahead and just put them to 1. This way Ring doesn't do anything, and I have lethal attack next turn. Yeah, the 4th Bloodghast would be lethal, yeah. Yep, they brick, they die. This is maybe worse against them top deck and Kozilek. They draw a waste, and we get the GG. We get the GG. Why is land too late? Oh, because we had 2 Bloodghasts in our yard that just got exiled. So the land would have been awesome the turn prior. A couple turns prior. But nice. Not a 10-0, but still a trophy. Shout out believers. Congratulations to y'all.
You won!
We did win.
You won! And I didn't ruin it. So a dub for me.
A dub for Esther and
A dub for you.
a dub for we. Okay, why don't you try to plug in the Ethernet? It's maybe just like a good stopping point so I can record the video tonight too.
Plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in.
Probably just a good time to so I think there may be a little bit more chaos with Esther's tech stuff, and I can also just kind of open the ring. But maybe good to pause here, good stopping point, and on a high note. Good chance we could play another league with this at some point this week. With Ripples. Ripples were good. I think 3 is a good number. You could maybe go down 1.